I'm vlogging. It's boring. I'm Colleen. That's you, Mommy.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tortilla Talk Friday. I didn't do a Tortilla Talk Tuesday this week because I was posting my vacation vlogs. I hope you guys enjoyed them, but I love doing Tortilla Talks. That's what we're gonna do in today. So I'm gonna be answering your questions that you guys have asked in the comment section, and I'm going to be not editing this vlog very much, but I am gonna be doing my makeup right now. Eric and I are about to go run some errands together. So exciting, a cute little date. We'll take what we can get at this point. You know, if date night means it's just us running a couple of errands really quickly, going to CVS, that's a wonderful date to me. Oh my God, you guys. Okay, so the hotel that we were at on our vacation was dirty. It was pretty gross. And I didn't bring my own pillow. I know a lot of people like to do that, and that's so smart, and I should do that, or at least bring my own pillowcase next time. I've never been one to have sensitive skin. Like, I've always had pretty durable skin, I've thought, but I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm getting older, but the pillows at that hotel made me break out, because I sleep with like pillows like kind of tucked in my neck. Like, I like a lot of like pillows and blankets like kind of shoved in my neck area. I broke out. It's like not even a breakout, it's more like a rash, like on my neck on both sides, because I flip back and forth. I'm a side sleeper, but I mostly sleep on my right side, and oh my God, it's so gross. It's like nasty rashy. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like all these marks and spots and rash and yuckiness all up and down my neck and cheek. It's so annoying. I can't believe that happened. We talked about it on the Relax podcast this week, like how the hotel we stayed at on our trip was pretty dirty. You know, it is what it is. Who cares? Like, the kids had fun, and it was exactly what it needed to be. It was fine, but it wasn't very clean. But like, now that my neck's all breaking out, I'm like really grossed out. I'm like, what was on those pillows? What was on the bed sheets? Like, why is my skin, and even my chest is like, oh, I'm just like rashing out. Pretty nasty, pretty nasty. Okay, I'm gonna go on my little date. I'll see you guys after. Ran my errands with Eric. It was lovely. We had a lovely date. And then I came and integrated the chickens with the chicks a little bit. They're doing well, but still not fully ready to be completely together at the same time. So we're still working on that. And when I was coming back to the house, I noticed we have so many beautiful apples, and I've talked shit about my apple tree a lot. I know. My apples always taste like butthole. Oh my God. I almost just walked through the literal biggest spider web I have ever seen in my life with a beast. That is, oh, I could vom. I barely escaped death just now, you guys. Holy crap. There's no spider on it that I can see, so if that spooks you, don't look. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but oh my God. Okay, I can't get the camera to focus on it, but trust me, it's huge. Whatever. That was terrifying. Okay, I'm not going that way to get the apples, even though that is the most direct route. That thing is so big. Oh my God. All right, I'm about to head over to the apples, but I know that if I want to make something with the apples, I'm gonna probably need a lemon. There's always lemons and like apple crisp and whatever, so I'll probably need a couple. And I have a lot of lemons. Very nice, lemon. Ta-da! I got my little fruit picker thingy in case I can't reach any. Oh no, so many droppings. That means they're very ripe. These are so ripe. They're just like literally barely touching them. They're just falling into this thing. Okay, that one was, oh, there goes one. Oh no, oh no, oh my God, so many apples. There are just so many ripe apples falling from that tree, and I know that just like rats and rabbits and whatever are just eating them when they fall. I'm like, well, maybe I can make some applesauce or apple crisp or something with these, and maybe they'll taste good. It's a new day. Parker's here. Hi. My bestie. My bestie. My family's here for the day, which is so exciting. And Parker keeps asking me to make cookies, so we might do that. But I never made anything out of those apples. Billy Ballinger. I literally filmed nothing with my family. They left. I was like, oh, fun. I'll get to do like a family vlog and like hang out with my whole family. Then we hung out, and then they left, and then I was like, oh, I literally filmed nothing. So sorry, you don't get to see any of that. But I'm gonna go hang out with the chickens, and maybe I'll film it, maybe I won't. It'll be a surprise.
Look at what Poppy did by herself.
What's she doing? She eating some watermelon? Doing pretty good. You holding pickles?
She feels safe.
Yeah, she's safe with you. She loves you. Okay, you guys aren't gonna believe this, but I cleaned my office. I know. And what you're really not gonna believe even more than that is that my therapist helped me do it. I literally needed the help of my therapist to clean my office, and I didn't even finish cleaning it, but it's way cleaner than it was. Like, it was just like crap was everywhere. And now, look Look at that. You can see my dirty white shag rug. You can see my rock display behind me. See, look at all my beautiful rocks, you guys. My color-coded jars of rocks. I thought maybe we could answer some tortilla talk questions. I'm wearing shorts, by the way. Sometimes it looks like I'm not, but I am, I promise. Grace Foster said, having only experienced the hot, humid summers in Illinois, I always assumed California summers would be even hotter. Is this not the case? Seeing you all in pants and sweatshirts is so interesting for it being July. It just depends on where you are in California. California kind of has it all because we have the snow, we have desert, we have mountains and ocean, we have all the things. But I primarily stay on the coast. I live on the coast, and every time we go on vacation stuff, you're seeing us on the coast. So whenever you're by the water, typically it's going to be cooler. But the further south you go, the hotter it gets typically, and the further north you go, the cooler it gets usually. But it just depends. So on our little vacation vlog, you saw us go kind of to central California, and it was breezy, it was chilly, it was cold. It was like perfect weather for me, in my opinion, for a beach, because I like to be a little chilly when I'm looking for rocks and stuff. But it is pretty shocking, I will say, as someone who grew up in California, when you go from the California coast over to anywhere on the East Coast or the Midwest or the South or anywhere over there, the summers are very different, because over on that side of the country, it's humid. You guys get humidity, and that is something I don't really experience over here. Sometimes it gets a little humid, but like not really. We have dry heat. You can get temperatures up to like 100, 105, 110 degrees. I used to work at Disneyland, and I would do shows outside doing the parades in 106-degree heat, and it's very hot. It's very, very hot. However, it's not humid, it's dry. So if you find shade, it's typically cooler than when you're out in the sun. Whereas I feel like every time I've gone to the South or the East Coast when there's hot, sticky, humid weather, it feels a lot hotter than it is, and it feels like you can't escape it too. Like it feels like because it's hot and sticky, you can't get away from it. So it just depends on where you are in California, but typically if you're by the coast, it can be a lot cooler, especially if you're going up north on the coast, you know? Well, I guess you don't know, because that's why you asked. Anyway, it's gonna get hotter though. August is usually hotter. August, September, I feel like are usually hotter for me. Luna said, tortilla talk question, what are some cute and fun things Wes does and say? You talk a lot about what Flynn and Maisie do that you find adorable and cute. I feel like I talk about all three of them all the time. And when I read that, I was so shocked because I'm like, oh my God, Wes almost says like the most hilarious and cute, adorable things. Not to say that my other kids don't say cute and adorable things, but like Wes is hilarious. But I am always excited and happy to brag about my children, any of them. So I would love to talk about Wesley. Of my three kids, Wesley is the goofiest. He's the silliest. He's the most go with the flow. He's a cool little kid, and he says the funniest stuff ever. He's a little ham, so he'll like do this silly walk. It's like Wesley's walk. I have to do an impression of it because it's insane. So when Wesley wants to make us laugh, he'll walk around like this. It's crazy. And what's crazy is I know I just looked ridiculous doing that. Like, it's 20 times funnier when Wesley does it. He will do it at 6 a.m. He will do it at 4 in the afternoon. He'll do it at 9 p.m. He doesn't care what time it is, what kind of mood anyone's in. Like, he's like, I want to make you guys laugh. I'm going to do my silly walk. As far as things he says, oh my gosh, he says so many things. When he's sad or upset or scared or anything like that, and something makes him feel better, he'll say, that feels me all better. And I think it's the cutest thing ever. Mommy, when you hug me, it feels me all better. Oh, I love it. He says chocolate instead of chocolate. It's very cute. He says avocado instead of avocado. He always talks about time. I've talked about this a lot in like the podcast, and I think in other vlogs and stuff, but sorry, my like rashy acne explosion on my neck is like hurting me right now. Should I go to the doctor? Anyway, if he doesn't want to do something right away, instead of saying like, no, I don't want to, like if we go, it's dinner time, or put your shoes on, or it's time to go outside or whatever, if the kids don't want to, Lynn and Maisie will be like, no, or can I please have another minute, or wait a minute, you know, they'll say things like that, which a lot of people would say. Wesley says, I'll do it on Easter Bunny Mondays. Another one he says is, I'll do it in the winter. He says, what else is it? He has all these like funny phrases he uses for time. It's like he's telling us when he's gonna do it, but he does not understand time at all or days at all. Nola Chris said, tortilla question, if only Wesley's water broke, why did you have to give birth to Maisie? I'm assuming they purposefully broke her water, but why? Is it because it was a C-section? Yes. Also, it's just kind of how it is. Like once you go into labor with twins, like you're giving birth to the twins. I know that there are rare cases where one twin is born and the other one has stayed in there. There's also cases where like early on in the pregnancy, I think, and again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not Google, I'm not AI, I'm just a dummy dumb. So like look this up for yourself if you want to know the actual facts. This is just things I'm remembering vaguely. But I know that there's been cases where people have had a miscarriage with twins or with multiples, and one will pass early on in the pregnancy and the other we'll stay in there. But as far as birthing twins, I'm pretty sure 99% of the time, like once you go into labor, like you're giving birth to both twins, or if they're gonna do a C-section in particular, like they have to take out both, because even though my twins both had their own placenta, their own amniotic fluid, their own sacs inside of my uterus, which by the way, in the very, very, very rare cases, I think where twins have been born separately, like one was born really early and they kept the other one inside, the twins have to have their own everything. They have to have their own sacs, their own placentas, everything. If they share anything, obviously it's not gonna happen. But for me, like Wesley's water broke and he also had a cord prolapse. He had to get out right away. So they took him out and then they took Maisie out right away too, because when they do a C-section, they're cutting through all of your skin, everything, and then they're cutting into your uterus. They have to cut open your uterus. They can't then like sew back up and it stays safe in there for Maisie. For some reason, I'm not a doctor or a scientist, but I know that it's like really, you can't do that. Like once the babies come out, they come out. And again, I don't know anything and I'm a little dummy-dumb, so I'm sure anything I've misspoken on or said incorrectly, someone in the comments will correct me on, but also you can Google it. It's just not common. No, I don't know anyone personally who gave birth to one child when they were pregnant with multiples and then later had the other, but I do remember reading that in rare circumstances, it can happen, but it's very not much a thing. Okay, I wanted to talk about this. So I brought up last week how people were upset with me that I put peanut butter in my fridge, and most people leave peanut butter out. And I said, I know this is just something I've done since I was young, but it is better to put peanut butter in the fridge when it's like organic and has all the oils and whatever. But I know that most people don't want peanut butter in the fridge, because all my comments on that vlog were like, peanut butter in the fridge, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. So I addressed this, and then all the comments on the video were, not all, but a lot of the comments where I talked about this were saying that they do put peanut butter in the fridge, and then it's crazy to not put peanut butter in the fridge. So now I'm very confused, because I've been called out a couple of times on the internet for putting my peanut butter in the fridge, and people think that's absolutely insane. But then when I addressed it last week, everyone was like, what? No, we all put peanut butter in the fridge. So now I feel like I'm being gaslit. What is correct? But anyway, Sam Murley said, peanut butter should always go in the fridge. The oils can spoil outside of the fridge. Will you die if you store peanut butter out room temperature? No. Does it in general reduce risk to put it in the fridge? Yes. Ultimately, you can store your peanut butter wherever you are comfortable storing it. I don't know. I'm just telling you my personal experience. I've always put it in the fridge. That's how I was raised, but I've always been made fun of for putting it in the fridge. So I don't know. Hallie Greenawald said, Tortilla Talk question, Colleen, you made a comment a bit ago about the kids not really seeing Disney princess movies. And as a Disney lover, I'm shocked. How is that possible? It's not that I'm not letting them watch Disney princess movies. They're allowed to watch Disney movies. I love Disney. I'm obsessed with Disney. And they watch some Disney stuff. They watch like Mickey's Clubhouse. I love that I was literally in that show at Disney and I don't even remember what it's called. Clubhouse Disney? Is that what it's called? Oh my God, what's it called? I'm trying to remember the song I sang now. What is it? What are the words? Yeah, Playhouse Disney. Is it just Playhouse Disney? Is that what it's called?
Oh, Playhouse Disney. Hi everyone, welcome to Playhouse Disney.
MICKEYMOUSE. Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, come inside, it's fun inside. Oh, okay, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. My God, why can I not remember that? They watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse sometimes. They will watch random stuff on Disney, and I have shown them a few Disney cartoons. Like I've tried showing them The Little Mermaid, The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Moana, Frozen. So like I've put these things on, but my kids, they're scared. They get scared, and they're the witches and the monsters and the beast and all these things, like they scare them. And so when they say, I don't like this, I don't want to watch it, I don't try to force them to watch it. I go, okay, and we turn it off. They're not quite there yet. Flynn's getting closer to an age where he can appreciate that, but usually the kids are all watching TV at the same time if they watch TV. And if Flynn ever is watching TV by himself or a show by himself, he usually wants to watch some sort of documentary on bugs or ocean creatures. He doesn't really want to watch like a cartoon about Disney characters. He wants to watch like an informational documentary because that's Flynn. So I don't really have any more questions that I want to read today, although there were a lot of good questions, so keep them coming for the next Tortilla Talk, because I'm going to do another one in a few days on Tuesday. But I did want to say thank you again to about all the sweet comments about Gus earlier this week. This week was a really stressful week for me, so I tried to kind of take it easy just because there's a lot going on in my life in general, but also I was stressed about posting that video. I was really sad and nervous to talk about the whole situation. There's so many lovely comments that I just appreciated so much, so I just wanted to read some of them. The Divine Energy said something that just like broke me down. When I first read this, I was sobbing, but hopefully I'll get through it right now and be fine because I've already read it a few times. But it says, love you, Colleen and Gus Gus. Pay attention to Gus around you. You will see Gus out of the corner of your eye. Oh, dang it. I thought I'd be able to not cry. You will see Gus out of the corner of your eye going through the doorway. You will feel Gus do normal habits. They never leave us in spirit. Colleen, I'm so sorry. May your babies forever be near you. This comment got to me so hard. Sorry, I really thought I'd be able to read that and be fine. But this comment got to me because for months after Gus went missing, I had dreams about him every single night. Every night. And they weren't weird dreams that were like dreamlike, bizarre. They were so realistic. And it was usually I'd wake up in my bed and I'd come downstairs and I'd come into my office or go to the kitchen or go just anywhere where there's a window, and I would see Gus at the door or at the window. And when I would go to open up the door, I'd wake up. But it was, I'm telling you guys, it was crazy. It was every single night. Every night in my dreams, Gus came home for months, and they felt so real that when I woke up, I would wake up excited to go talk to Eric about it and tell him that, you know, Gus was home. And Flynn even had a dream. I forgot about this till just now, but Flynn even had a dream. It was like a month after Gus had gone missing. Flynn said he saw Gus, and of course Eric and I were freaking out. We're like, what, you saw Gus where? He's like, he was down the hall. And we were like, what are you talking about? He was like, he's in the hall. He came home. He talked about it in a way that like it happened. He was so confident it happened. And once we realized he was talking about a dream, we said, we think it might have been a dream. He was adamant. He was like, it was not a dream. He was here. I saw him. I saw him last night. He was down the hall. Like, he was so 100% confident that he saw him. It wasn't until a couple days later where Flynn was like, I think maybe that was a dream, because it just felt so real. But that's how my dreams felt too. Like, my dreams for months were so vivid. They felt like real life. They didn't feel like dreams. There were days where I was walking around thinking like, I'm so glad he came home. And it wasn't true. It was a dream. But every night for months, I've seen him in every window and every door in my dreams. At the time, I just thought, you know, it was because I was so obsessed about, you know, finding Gus, obviously, that like, of course I would dream about it too. But that comment almost made me feel like that was him visiting me in my dreams. I know maybe that's so corny and stupid, but like, I kind of feel like that a little bit. So thank you for that comment. Ew, oh my God. I literally was like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm not gonna cry. Fire Rose said, our little Gustafer, I know what you're feeling, all the emotions you've been through. I've been in your place before, and it is heartbreaking, soul crushing to not where a furry family member is or how they're doing. He's had a great life being your first baby, and he's shared so many beautiful and memorable seasons of your life, as well as uncertain and scary ones. You're as much a part of his life as he is yours, and that is a marvelous thing to have shared. I imagine he's living with an old couple. The lady knits and bakes cookies, which Gus tries to steal, and the man likes to garden and play Sudoku. And Gus spends afternoons laying in the garden grass, sunning his fur, and the evenings curled up on the sofa snoring away. He will forever be in your heart, and you'll forever be his best mama. Oh my goodness. The reason I wanted to read that is I wanted to say thank you, because in the video about Gus, I talked a lot about how like I was constantly just thinking of every horrible thing that could have possibly happened to him, where he could be and how he could be in pain or scared or hurting, and I needed to protect him. I wasn't there. I went through every scenario that could have possibly happened. And it was so nice to read a scenario, even if it's just completely made up and not true, but like another version of something that could have happened to him. That's lovely. So that not every idea in my head of what could have happened to him is bad. You gave me the gift of like presenting a lovely thing that could have possibly happened to him. And I just thought that was really sweet, and it was a lovely gift to share with me, so thank you. So, oh my God, such a blubbery mess. See, this is why I didn't want to talk about it for so long. One of the many reasons. But I also wanted to say thank you to everyone who's given me hope that he'll come home. I still think I'll forever hold on to hope that he's gonna come home. Eric and I were talking about this the other night. Eric feels the same way. Eric thinks every day, like, we're gonna see him again. So many of you shared stories of your pets coming home after a year, 8 months, a few months, and giving me a little bit of hope that maybe that'll happen with Gus too. I'm so glad he's microchipped, because I feel like a lot of people told stories that like randomly one day someone had taken their cat in and they decided to take their cat to the vet, and suddenly they realized, oh, it's microchipped, and they got contacted. So I'm a little bit hopeful that like maybe that's the situation. Maybe he was taken in by some old sweet couple and they just didn't think to go get him checked for a microchip, and maybe when they take him to the vet someday, they'll give me a call. You know, who knows? Yeah? That scared me. Eric just called my name. Yeah? Coming! All right, Eric needs me. I gotta go. Goodbye.